Every now and then you come across a watch case that makes you stop scrolling. I saw this one and I instantly knew that I had to build a watch around it. But what really convinced me wasn't the photos, it was this comment. It looks like a 4,000 euro watch. I don't know if I'd go that far, but after reading that I had to see for myself. If I was going to spend this much on the case, I didn't want to cheap out on the dial. So I picked this carbon fiber dial. I wanted something a little different from a plain black dial, and I think this carbon fiber dial texture is going to make the whole watch feel a lot more premium. For the hands, I kept it simple. I went with black luminous hands. They're easy to read and I think they will pair really well with a carbon fiber dial. Inside, I'm using an H35. And yes, the price has gone up recently, but it is still one of the best automatic movements you can get for a project like this. It is reliable, easy to work on, and readily available. To finish this build, I picked this black silicone strap with a carbon fiber style texture. I think it is perfect match for the overall design. Let's see if this build actually looks as expensive as that review claimed. Step number 1, we're gonna need to fit the dial onto the movement. If we take a look at the movement, it's got 2 holes, number 1 and number 2. And if we take a look at the dial and if we flip it over, it's got 4 feet at the back, which means we're gonna need to get rid of 2 of them. So let's place the dial onto the movement and let's figure out which one to keep and which one to cut. I'm using a simple cutter and let's flip the dial over. If you see, I already cut 1 dial foot of camera and I'm going to cut the second one. Okay, and now let's take the movement and let's place the dial onto the movement. Good, and now let's give it a little bit of press. Okay, and now let's pick the dial and let's give it a press all the way around, making sure it is sitting flat. Okay, and now we can set the time at 12 o'clock simply by rotating the crown and waiting for the date to change. Good, now we can set the hour hand. I'm using a piece of Radica and just a simple hand press tool. A little bit of pressure. It needs to be set at 12 o'clock. Okay, let's give it a full 24-hour spin, making sure the hand is working properly. Okay, now let's set the minute hand. I'm using a piece of Radica and silver hand press tool. It needs to be set at 12 o'clock. Good, now let's give it a full 24-hour spin, making sure both hands are working properly, they're not touching each other, and the date is changing at 12 o'clock, looking good. Now let's set the second hand. Second hand can be set at any time. I'm still using piece of Radica and red hand press tool. It requires a little bit of patience. And let's give it a closer look. And it seems like it needs to be pushed a little bit more. Okay, and the second hand is running and everything is looking quite good so far. Now we're going to remove the stem from the movement. All what we need to do is to press a small metal release point at the back of the movement, and the stem can be pulled out. Now let's prepare the case. The first thing what we're gonna need to do is to remove the case back. I can unscrew it by hand. Okay, and now we're gonna need to clean the crystal. I'm using air blower, and let's give it a blow again. Okay, and I'm going to use lens cleaning pen as well, in case if you were thinking to build your own watch. I've got a free PDF file for you in the description with all the parts, tools, and step-by-step guide how to build the watch. Now let's give it a closer look, and the crystal is looking super clean. And now we can unscrew the crown of the case. Okay, and now we can place the case onto the dial slowly. No rush. I'm gonna take my time making sure it is placed correctly. Okay. Good. And let's give it a closer look. And actually, it is looking quite good. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Now let's take the stem and let's screw the crown onto the stem. When you purchase an H35 movement, it comes with the stem. And I'm using metal tweezers to screw the crown all the way in onto the stem, and now we can insert the stem into the movement, a little bit of rotation and press. Let's check if it is working properly. Good. Now let's measure the distance between the crown and case thread. Good. So we have 5.3 millimeter. That's how much we're gonna need to cut. Let's remove the stem and let's adjust the stem length. I'm using the same cutter I used to cut dial fit, and I'm going to try to cut a little bit less than I need, just in case. I don't want to overcut it, and be careful with your eyes because that stem can fly anywhere. Now we're gonna need to file the stem so we can remove all the sharp edges and we're not gonna damage the crown. Okay, a little bit more. It is looking good, and now we can clean it with piece of Rodico. Good. Now we can screw the crown back onto the stem. Okay, and we can insert the stem back into the movement, a little bit of press and rotation at the same time. And let's try to screw the crown onto the case thread. Okay, a little bit more. Good. And let's give it a closer look. And actually, it is looking quite good. I'm pretty sure we didn't overcut it and we didn't undercut it at the same time. Let's unscrew the crown of the case thread and let's try to pull and push, and it is functioning properly, so we can remove the stem out of the movement for the last time. Okay, and let's apply a little bit of thread locker so we can keep the crown securely on the stem and it's not going to lose over time. Okay, let's screw the crown back onto the stem. Okay, and let's clean the thread locker leftovers. Good, and let's take metal tweezers and let's make sure it is screwed all the way in. Okay, and let's insert the stem back into the movement. A little bit of press and rotation at the same time. Good. Now we can screw the crown back onto the case thread. Okay, let's give it another look, and it is looking really good to me, so we can move to the next step. Now we're gonna need to lubricate the gasket. All what we need to do is to place it into the seal grease. Just give it a couple of twists is enough, and now I can pick the gasket with tweezers and we can place it back into the case groove. Okay, and now let's go all the way around the case, making sure the gasket's hidden in its place. Good, and hopefully we're gonna get a little bit of water resistance. Okay, now we can take the case back and we can give it a little bit of blow, and let's try to keep it as clean as possible. And we can screw the case back onto the case. We can do it by hand for now, as much as we can. Okay, and now I can take rubber ball, so I can screw the case back all the way in, and hopefully I'm gonna get a little bit of water resistance. At least I'm not gonna be worried about getting caught under the rain or just simply washing my hands. Good. Now we can set the bracelet. One side is done, and let's do the second side and we can take a look at the final watch. So what do you think? Was it worth spending $200 in parts, or would you have done something differently? I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe so you're not gonna miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.